Hi, good morning. Awesome, getting locked and loaded here today. It's Tuesday, February 27th. Live action. Let's go. All right, so we got the AutoTrader live action here today. So the control panel down here, we've got the realized value of these strategies so far this morning. Right now, the NQ 2-minute Signal A drone is the one leading the way, followed by the retirement plan. I've got the retirement plan running on a few Apex accounts here this morning, so hope we can push this one in our direction. It's actually it's a unique trade right here. So this is the very similar trade setup. It's the drone, but we've had the drone started since 8:30 and just started the retirement plan at 9. So we're actually in different direction trades right now. So we'll kind of see where price moves to on the NQ right here. Both in these trades on these two strategies this morning. Awesome. All right, good morning. Charles, how's it going? Looks like we're going to be pushing a little bit north today. I think I'm going to get out of this trade here on the on my account for the Apex accounts. If we kind of peel back the onion and look at this trade, kind of looks like price has been holding pretty tight here. I added the VWAP overnight because I was watching some videos on trading, and they were really mentioning the VWAP being very powerful. And I saw earlier today that it bounced off the VWAP, so I added it to the chart to kind of help us see potentially where price is going. But so right here's the retirement plan. This is the one that I got on those accounts. So maybe so I think it'll probably bounce off the VWAP is my guess. So let's zero in on this trade and see what direction we want to go with it. So the accounts will follow. They'll follow whatever we do with the retirement plan. So I'm going to just leave it. So yeah, it bounced off the VWAP right there. We moved to a winning trade on that deal though. So we'll be making some money on it. I think it's $51 is what we'll make if we do bounce off the VWAP, which it looks like it did. All right, so we got our $55 on that trade, and now we can probably get in sync with the drone, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, good. So she just jumped in again on us. This time we're heading north instead of south, so we can. I think I've got a good feeling that we're going that way today. I watched and NVIDIA was still popping, so it's going to keep sending these ones up. Looks like we held price overnight too, pretty good. All right, Rue, what you trading this morning? If you guys watched yesterday, you know that the 2-minute Signal A drone was the winner from yesterday. Yesterday it pulled in, so I've got a couple of PCs trading, and all three of them lined up, which was really awesome. Compared them all last night, and all three of them were fairly close. There was only one outlier that I had. I had one machine. I had the ES 5 minute Signal A made $1,180, where the other two machines didn't make that trade. So that was the only outlier that I saw on my three machines. Okay, price came back on us on that trade right there. Bounced off the VWAP again. We had taken that long one right here and bounced back. Didn't quite give it enough heat. Needed to give it about another 5 ticks, it looks like. We sold right there, and price came down to roughly there. Ooh, 10 more ticks. That's another $50. So can't do that on every trade. Easy. Yeah. All right, we're getting chewed up here. Let's go. All right, so this drone is still in this morning. This is still the 2-minute Signal A. It took a trade at about. I took this trade this morning. This drone we have starting at 8:30. It jumped in almost 8:32, and it jumped in below 18,000. It was at 17,997 is what this one jumped in at this morning. This was the strategy of the day yesterday too. So I'm going to add the VWAP to this chart here. The way you add a VWAP is you just right click on the chart anywhere. You go into indicators, and you go into this market internals P. I think it'll probably be maybe the only one you have on your chart, or I'm sorry, in your control center here. But anyways, it's this one down here, RLMP VWAP. So to get it on my chart, I just double click it right there, double left click. It drops it down to here. Now here I have control over changing the settings. I don't really change anything. I just hit apply and let it ride. So it's this new indicator that jumped into the chart here. So it's the VWAP. It seems to be super powerful. All right, so the retirement plan jumped in again. It's sensing that long trade is at play, and probably be another day like yesterday where it's just bouncing. All right, got tag team. Hey, sold some lifetimes, 3 lifetimes yesterday. Really appreciate you guys joining the AutoTrader revolution. So thank you. Huge day. Having some really good community involvement too. So appreciate the Discord and all the action that we've got with the AI AutoTrader. Okay, so this drone made some money yesterday. This one made. Let me look up here. So I'm looking at another computer that I have running the same strategies, and I have the data from yesterday still. I reset the one that we're showing today every day because I like a clean slate at 8:30 when we get started. So yesterday this YM, I think up here it's showing Signal B. signal B, drone. Made 256 yesterday, I guess. The signal A, I think, made 750. Okay, the signal A made 627 yesterday. All right, we got chopped up out of that trade on the retirement plan again. What kind of volume we got today? Looks like we're heading below the VWAP. All right, see where she settles at. Looks like 17,990. The HayMaker's in a good trade. It sensed that drop right there. Ooh. This is my favorite strategy, the HayMaker. Runs on a 30 range chart. Catches them early. Catches the moves really early. Let me see where this one entered. Okay, it entered this one a while back. It was right here on this this candle back here. Entered this trade. She's a whopper. This one's a $900 trade if she makes it. It's got a 46 tick stop and a 180 tick target. Gives it the name the HayMaker for real. It's about a 4-to-1 risk to reward right here. You know, if you're manually trading, you just grab this little, you know, boom, take your money and run, kind of thing. But I like to keep them, you know, locked in. It helps when we look at the data later to know that we didn't move them around. When I trade my live account or an Apex account, I move them, which I usually get mad at myself for moving them, but hey, that's part of life. So yeah, that one tipped out right there. 670. So yeah, it must have lost one trade, I think, before this one. Yeah. So it had one short entry already. It tried to go short already this morning one time. It starts at 9 o'clock, so at 9:11 it jumped in the ring here. It took a loss. Oh my goodness, it took this loss right here on the top of this wick of this candle. Then it jumped in again right here on a couple of candles later and wrote it down. So let me hear you out there. What you guys trading this morning? Any instruments or any prop accounts, live accounts? Anybody making any money yet? Ooh, look at this one. HayMaker. Oh, and the 2-minute hit that target. AI bot. Ooh, the bot made the money this morning already. Okay, I built another. Oh, that was the one I built. I built a new HayMaker last night because I saw what was going on. I looked at the data. Looked like if we broke even at 300, we'd be making more money. So I put one in play today, and that's this one right up here. It's still SIM. So when you create your own accounts now, they still say SIM, but the ones that we sent out in the release, they don't say SIM in front of them. So I created this one last night. It looks like it made the same amount. Okay, good. Wonder why this. Oh, this one's in another trade, but this one didn't get in that trade, I guess. Okay, we got quite a few of them making some good money already this morning. It's 9:42, so just getting started. Started quite a few of them at 9 o'clock. A few drones were running since 8:30. So looks like the HayMaker's back in the ring. It's trying to go. It's trying to go long now. So it's get 2 minute here. It's an aggressive strategy. Runs on the 30 range chart, and it's trying to sense momentum. And when momentum starts moving in a from a pinned direction in the other opposite direction, it'll take that trigger. So it saw that this momentum started going in the north direction, so it jumped in this trade right here and just wicked out. So 46 ticks, maybe 47 would have kept us in the game here, but it's a risk to reward proposition with the robots. So looking at a lot of data over time, they win about 25% of their trades. So you need 4-to-1s to make money. You can get them making 35-45% of the trades, but a safer number is around 25, and then just putting the targets risk to reward out there, setting it up in our favor so that we can make money. So kind of need to keep with the discipline of keeping the ticks to the values that still keep us in the game at 4-to-1. So we have other filters in there that's kind of protecting us here against this this volume zone right here. I think we're looking at 85 ticks. All right, Christo's in the ring this morning. Yeah, Christo, you want to enable all of them. So let me show you a super quick way to do it. And they all jump in the ring at the same exact time. So you click into your strategies on the control center. You left click on strategies here at the bottom. I do drag mine over, so I always kind of set mine up like this, where strategies is always on my right, then accounts, then positions. They're kind of my three that I go to. So I click into strategies. Then the next move that I do is a right mouse click inside this area. And then I hit on my keyboard, Control A. Control A selects them all. It's really like a Windows function. Control A selects everything. And then you right click, and you can click enable right here. It's grayed out right now for me because they're all already enabled. But you could left click on enable, and boom, they all jump to life. Okay, let's see what we got going on over here. We got this good trade going right here. So it looks like the HayMaker's trying to go for long again. We'll see if we can get the price to get back to 18,000. Had a nice recovery overnight. Overnight it moved up. So it moved up 452 ticks overnight. That's a nice move. Oh, okay. So the question in chat here is, We need to create a account for both the drone and the bot. Yeah, so they're already created for you. Hopefully you got the download from us, because we have quite a few strategies now. So it's easiest if you get with us and get on our calendar and have one of our team members get you up and running and installed, because we have a new feature where we can do an automatic install for you. And it's literally just a minute or two. So if you want, you can get on Charles's or Brock's calendar and get yourself up and rolling. But yeah, I'll show you each one of them are pairs, and I'll kind of show how that works in a second. Kind of the drone and the bot, the concept. Okay, good. Yeah, if Rory loaded you up, you're in good shape. Yeah, so we'll just enable both the drone and the bot, and kind of the concept of how that works is the drone is flying out there trading with stops and targets. The stops are set at 50 ticks, and the target's set at 200. So that data of the MFE and MAE, which is how high and low the trade went from price where you bought, we move that out to an AI mathematical model. It does the modeling and then gives us back the prescripted new stops and targets to try to make the next trade the most favorable for us. So we were just doing the math, me and Sergio, this morning, just to validate that it's doing it right, and yeah, it is, and we can kind of go through the math a little bit too to see how that works, but it's trying to predict the next trade based on previous trades. So we'll keep our eye out and see how that's doing. So far on the P&L, looks like the HayMaker's still leading the way here. It's in this another nice trade right now. Looks like it just hit $1,000 today. Yes. Followed by the this two HayMakers. Then followed by the NQ 2-minute AI bot, and followed by the 30 range Signal B AI drone. Looks like the top 4 this morning. It's kind of cycling around here. Got a lot of trades in play. So the HayMaker was the one to jump on today, not the retirement plan. It seems like it's either one or the other, or both sometimes, but today's HayMaker day. Yesterday was retirement plan day. Not that one. So it looks like this bot's doing pretty good this morning. It's the NQ 2-minute. Looks like this bot's running at 7:30 this morning. Running in 3rd place, it looks like. Caught a couple of good ones. Gotta go change that. Let me open this guy up here. Get a trade copier working this morning. We'll get the HayMaker up and running. NQ30 range, HayMaker. Okay, the bot jumped back in here. It's 2-minute chart. NQ 2-minute. Oh, it jumped in on this one right here. Had that first target. Had a short. Entered right up here. And ran this one down. Kept enough room here. Didn't have to come back much on that trade. So it entered right here. It only had to take a few 21 ticks of heat on that trade. Okay, coming back up to the VWAP. Oh boy, this excuse me, this HayMaker sure another doozy right here. Woo! Coming back up to the VWAP. Maybe we'll make it. We'll see. Got that target quite a ways out there. It's a lead dog this morning, though. It's had 4 trades, so it's right here. Fill buys is the amount of contracts or amount of trades that it entered, and then the sells, the amount of contracts it sold. All right, let's see if we can get any other instruments up here. Okay, we got an RTY here, drone. Okay, RTY bot right here too, right with it. Let's open that one up. We've RTY signal A. Okay, consumer confidence coming out in a few minutes. Thanks, Rue. Appreciate that. Yeah, I need a website to go. I thought about putting Bloomberg here behind me. That's what I'm gonna do. I've got that nice beach picture, but I've got the beach right out here to the left at the balcony. So I want to put a TV or something back here and make this something that's adding value to us. Okay, HayMaker's still hanging in there. She's at $600 on this trade, $1,200 for the day. Let me know out there, you guys who have the system, what your HayMaker's at this morning, just to kind of get a gauge if we're in alignment. Up here on this machine. On this machine, I got the HayMaker at 1,035 right now, so this one's a little ahead of it. This one's okay. No, this is the right HayMaker right here. Again, this was one that I changed last night to try to see. When I was looking at the data, it looked like we could do break even at 300, not 400. So I've got one here that's a test strategy, and it looks like it's the one producing today the most, just by a little bit, only by $200 or $300. It's actually these two right here. So last night I looked at the data in the HayMaker. We went up above $300 4 times and only collected 50. So just have this one set to break even at $300, and it's making a couple more hundred today than the other one. So if it keeps going well, I'll put this out in the spreadsheet this weekend. Like to test them for 3 or 4 days to make sure that directionally it's going in our direction, but it looks like so far today that it was a decent move, so we'll see. Okay, so we've got a couple of good ones this morning. This one jumped in real early this morning. Okay, the bot's leading the way now. The 2-minute Signal AI bot. It's what I mean by leading the way. It's beating the other 2 minutes. We have 5 2-minute strategies, and this one happens to be leading the way right now out of the 2-minute range. For the 30 range charts, we've got this one right here leading the way right now at 1500 this morning. It's had 4 trades. Oh, it made this trade right here in front of me. I was running my mouth instead of watching the chart. That HayMaker knocked out that Big Daddy. Got right above the VWAP. Took it out. What a great trade. Man, that was a great trade. It caught this short back here. This is my favorite strategy. I know the retirement plan makes a lot of money, but I just love trading this one. It entered this trade right here on this candle at that short entry. It took this short all the way down to there. It collected $900. It jumped back in on a long. It lost that one, and then it said, "I still want to go long." It jumped in on another long, took that one and wrote it up right there for another $900 trade. So it lost a couple this morning. Lost 2, made 2, I think. Yep. Lost 2, made 2, sitting at $1,500. This one also lost 2, made 2, but it was sitting at $1,300. Again, I made a small modification in the settings last night and collected a couple more hundred with that change. So we'll see if that flows through, and we'll make that recommendation back out to you guys this weekend. All right, so volume just kicked in, 10 o'clock volume. Love 10 o'clock. I get to hear it over here just cranking. My PCs that I have over here, I've got a couple of laptops running, and the fans just crank up when the volume cranks up. So it's really cool. It's like a car running on the throttle. Okay, we got a lot of good strategies this morning. This is a great day to trade. We've got several up here above the $400 range this morning. Looks like the instruments that are doing well for us so far, right up through, are the YM, RTY, and NQ. Those 3. Oh, here's a CL just popped in. It's up at this one's at 300. So we've got got the range covered. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 instruments making money. ESs haven't taken trades yet. We only run the ES on a 5-minute, really a slow trading robot. So it takes 1 or 2 trades a day and kind of methodically makes money. Not very fun for me to trade though. Okay, HayMaker jump back in. Here we go. What a beauty. Might not make this one. We got the VWAP here protecting it, but it just swinging right around it. So Maybe. Going in on... Take this trade on my live account on the other computer too. This is a good one. I think we're going south here. All right. Just locked in a trade going south on my live account on the other computer too. I have a feeling this one's gonna bust through hopefully and maybe test this this low. We'll see. When it gets around the even numbers here, like 18,000, that's a tough number to crack. You know, it's just it's really hard numbers. Seems like you know, 18,000. You know, the 000 seems like 30, then 50, then 70 seems to be the numbers that I see. Okay, English, what do you got going on? The HayMaker should be up a good bit, so we wanna make sure that might have messed up on the open. Just closed a position out. Yeah, if you see any bugs there, let us know, because it seems to be solid for the most part. Haven't seen anything in Discord or anything, so hopefully you get your bearings there and make sure she's running smooth for you. If not, obviously, you know, get a hold of us and we'll get you straightened out. On the oh, I can open up the VPS too here, which is pretty cool. So I can just connect over here and then show you what the VPS is too, and how it's trading. Just have to jump on the password and things like that, so I'll just get that straight over here, and then we'll bring just the VPS over for a split second to show how it's set up. Yeah, Nick, definitely. Please get a hold of us. Yeah, and thanks for being a great client, Nick. Appreciate you. Yes, please give us a call. I'll type our number in here, and Rory will get you hooked up. It's really ideal if I could get Charles's calendar link in here. I actually, you know, Nick, if you know where that is in Discord, that's obviously the best place to get this going. But if you can't, just give us a call. I'll put our number right in here. So the name strategies, Nick, are still very similar. So this is the HayMaker, and it's a very similar, you know, strategy that you have, but we added quite a few more. So you really don't want to do them manually anymore. We created this tool. Sergio's awesome. Sergio's really the greatest at you know, setting them off, and he just keeps working until he figures it out. But he created this tool that downloads strategies to the back end of NinjaTrader in like a push button. So you know, the team, they're able to get you set up pretty quick. 786732 46. Okay, pretty decent trade here. Stuck at the VWAP. We'll see what she's going to do off that VWAP. See if we'll drift or climb. Okay, great. Dropped in that number for you. Yeah, so this strategy here, we break even. Actually, we popped a break even. So Nick, some new things for you. There's we developed this break even plus or minus. So once price hit 80 ticks here, we popped this stop from a negative 46 ticks down to a plus 11. Kind of do that so we get $50. You know, we lose the 412 for trading. But we get a $50.82 win on this trade. It's so that's a new setting that you'll have, is the pop to break even plus whatever you prefer, or minus, I guess, if you want to just tighten up the stop some. The next one that I was going to ask Sergio about as soon as he kind of frees up here is probably to pop to this and then trail some. So on this particular trade, it would have done this move, but then I was going to ask him to see if he could set it up to trail from there. So it probably would have took us out on this trade somewhere in this range. So it may not be a good move. You know, it's always hard to tell on each trade, but that's what I was going to ask him to look at next. Ask him how difficult it would be. Okay, I'll get this VPS over here and kind of take a look and see how the HayMaker's doing. Yeah, so the HayMaker on my two machines are doing real well so far. 1500 on this one up here, and down here I believe it's about the same. I'll open the VPS here. Passwords. It's like it's always trying to figure out what a password is, and now every time you get a password, you got to go to your cell phone and say, "Yep, that's my authentication number." Let's go. So the VPS is just opening up. I'll drag it over here and let it open. So this is a VPS that we have set up, and it looks like the VPS right now is at the HayMaker. Yeah, is a good bit behind. It's at 750 right here on this one, and it looks like the one leading the way here on this on our VPS server is our bot, the NQ30 range Signal B AI bot. Looks like the one that's leading the way. The HayMaker seems like it's in second or third place. So that's and actually Sergio was out there working on the math, so he may have disabled it and missed a trade possibly. That's kind of where we work first to see if we can get something to work right. So we're looking at the math to make sure that the model is bringing us the results that we were hoping for. Looks like we're stuck at the VWAP a little bit right here. Wonder what volume's doing this morning.
Order submitted.
All right, so we collected our $50.82 and got out of this trade right here. We'll see what happens. Might have just wicked us out. We'll see if it goes south, but didn't really have any definitive direction. So um, hey Adam, thanks for being a long-term client here. Yeah, I'll just say, the best is probably to get with Charles and kind of walk through, how to get that set up. But yeah, you can definitely, recreate your own, strategies that you have with this setup. So what you want to do though probably is get the software update so it has all the settings here. We added quite a few of them inside the strategies here. So you'll wanna get those. What I mean by that is I usually go down here that's not trading and open it up. So we can open up one of these that isn't trading right now and kind of see the behind the scenes. So this one's this is kind of the new skeleton of the settings that we've developed. So we've added a few more for you. Take long trades, take short trades only. We added this ability to either use your trade management stops and targets that are below, or you can create this thing as a drone. Once you create it as a drone, what happens now is the data goes to our mathematical model. We've built a database behind the scenes with SQLite, and we're taking that data now out to a mathematical model, do the model, and come back. So if you click that button, it creates the drone, and the drone is the name of the label that you put down here below. So that's what drone you would pick if you want to use that for your AI later. So yeah, you'll probably want to sort of get caught up with the settings, but these settings we didn't take any away. That's the good news. We only added to it, so you should be able to rebuild those strategies on the same templates. With the new backbone, you have to have the new database though to do that. So Sergio added a lot of little features to where if you click that there, it opens up all the settings for the second contract. But if you only trade one contract, he kind of collapsed them. So another new feature is the break even plus or minus. So that's another new feature in this release. So yeah, you might want to go ahead and give us a call and get yourself on a calendar to get uploaded. And like I mentioned earlier, it's just a minute or two. I told the team it's the longest part is really just calling and saying hi and how everything's going, and then the download's probably the easiest part. So we'll see if you could get yourself in probably Charles's calendar. All right, good, Toby. Quick question there. So yeah, the question is, should he let the AI trader trade or manually close it, and then will it affect that the data crunching? No. So you're welcome to manually close if you'd like, especially if you're trading your own money. You definitely want to try to make as much as you possibly can. So move whatever you feel like around to make the most cash. But for the data analysis, it doesn't know. We only have it like shaving off data that doesn't make sense. So if the drone is running at a stop of 50, we know that 50 ticks equals $250. We won't look at data beyond 250. So if somehow the strategies are runaway or whatever, and it comes back at 300, we still say that it lost 250. That's the only restriction. If the next trade comes in and it closes at $100, it's going to use that in the data set to use to give you the output on the next trade. But it's using a lot of data. So right now we've got 10 trades set up, and then I'm working on a 100 trade setup, and then there's a deep learning model that they've talked about. So we're kind of on our mission now to head in that direction, to do some pattern recognition and things like that. So that's more of the next level. Okay, good. Yeah, no. So kind of just give another little synopsis of how this the drone and the bot concept work here. So it looks like we got a couple of bots, doing well this morning. What it does right now is it looks at the last 10 trades and says, what's my maximum profit that I could have made in this trade setup? And that's what the model delivers us back. And so if we have a drone running, we can now set up a bot strategy to run off that drone. And that's what we have going on. So, if you look at the trades, and we can do that in a few seconds, typically, if we can keep them in order, and I mean by that, when we start them at the same times in the morning, they'll typically jump in the same trades, and we can kind of look at the chart of when they jumped in, when they jumped out, and see how the settings are changing on the bot, trying to predict off from the drone strategy trades. And every time I do the math, I always have to walk through it methodically, each trade, just to make sure, because it's kind of makes you think about how math works, and it's a little bit of a challenge to keep it in my head of how that it works. But every time I've done it, it comes out okay. So again, Sergio's was working on the server just to validate it again today. But I think looks like the test is right here, and it looks like we've got a couple of them doing good already this morning. So up here on the other computer, I call this one the client PC up here, we've got the lead dog at 1700, and it's the 30 range Signal B AI drone. This one's, oh yeah, it's probably leading the way down here too. Okay, so yeah, it's in second place down here, but it's at 1700 up there. Second place. 2 minute. Okay, so these seem to be the two strategies of the day so far. This 2 minute Signal A, and 30 range HayMaker Signal A. Good, Toby. Keep letting it run, collect data, make sure you have confidence in it. But it's gonna, it's a robot, so it's a mathematical formula, gonna do the same math every single time. That's the neat thing about this trader compared to me trading, is I don't have the willpower, or the rules, or the methods to be reproducible, where this is a machine and it does. So I tried manually trading for a long time and just never could put up numbers like this on a regular basis.
Order submitted.
Okay, let's look over at another instrument. Haven't seen the RTY in a while. Looks like we've got this this bot and drone right here, this signal A. Okay, good. RTY. Signal A. So when I do manually trade, sometimes I jump over here to this instrument, the RTY. It seems to emulate the NQ. So I tend to jump over here and try to get my crosses set up to be in a position to take the trades and then watch the NQ chart and try to use that as my lead. So it looks like right now I probably have the signal A, this this indicator. Let's go into it. I'll kind of show you a little bit of the back door here. So the signal A, we can look at and see what's stopping it from showing up on this. If you look right here, the Laguerre did pop through the 80 right here, but we didn't get the cross to show up on the chart. The reason it didn't show up is because I have this filter looking at the 50, so the trade will only go in the direction of the 50 trend. So in this case, the 50 was running green. This indicator came true, but this one was still false. So the cross didn't pop onto the chart. Now you do see that it did take this trade, but in the strategy that's running here, it doesn't have this filter. So we can add that right here, and now we jump onto the chart with our cross. This one we have entering on the same bar. Oh, it's on a 30 range chart. It's a 15 range, supposed to be a 15 range chart. Gotta go back now. Yeah, so it entered on this, the next bar. This one must not enter on the same bar. It must enter on the next bar. So it entered that trade right there. Ooh, and it made that target at the very end. Wow. Okay, and it jumped back in on this long entry, and so she's running, trying to go north again. Okay, so had a good short entry there and tipped it right out right there, and now it jumped back in and it's trying to go long again, sitting at 120. Let's see, look what it's doing for the total. That one's the RTY 15 range signal A AI bot. Down here it's 538. Let me make sure you guys can see all of the numbers. There we go. Alright, perfect. So now you should be able to see all the numbers. That one that I was just looking at looks like it's at about 580.
Order submitted.
Okay, how about give me an update out there on how your what's your top strategy at for the day, whoever has our system. Looks like mine's at 1984. I do want to get a competition going. I love competition, so I want to get a competition going somehow, some way, and I want to give away stuff. So I still need to figure that out, but I want to do it. And one thing I thought about doing, and I just was thinking about it, is if you develop a strategy on your own and you can beat the one that I've developed, or my team here, then you'll get a prize for the day. So let me try to figure out what that is and how to do it. But right now it looks like my top strategy is 1984. So from your guys and your machines, let me hear if anybody's close. Holy moly, Signal A drone Atom 1992? Okay, mine's only at, let me make sure it's the same one. Retirement Signal A drone. Yeah, it looks like mine's at 741. So you must have took a couple of good trades that I didn't. It looks like I only took 2 trades on that one. Don't know how many trades you got on that one. So good job, lead dog so far. You got me by a couple of bucks, but that's enough to. That's the separation between winners and losers. $8. Okay, Adam's HayMaker's crushing it too, 1683, which is pretty much in alignment with what we've got here. Looks like mine's around 1600 in this trade. Toby. Let me read this.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Eight-day, 11,000. Can't quite read it here. This chat is ridiculous. It has this darn like a darn what are these called? Emoji thing right over the bottom right of the chat, and I can't quite see what it says. It says you're up 200 from the HayMaker, but 8-day 11,000. Are you up 11,000 over 8 days?
Order submitted.
Wow, that's one heck of a run.
Order submitted.
This one, oh, I need to take a little break here, but we'll keep her up and rolling. All right, super. Back in the saddle. Just took a quick call there. So we got the HayMaker back in again. So it's big time. I want to read this chat here. Need to pop out this chat on this one. Docs. Chat. Here we go. Okay, 11,000 spread around. Nice run, man. That's a heck of a run, Toby. Let's get a round of applause for Toby. Let's go. Woo. All right. Making money and having fun. Yeah. Boy, I'm a sucker. I fell for the darn retirement plan today, and it's not doing as good as it was yesterday. All right, so it looks like this HayMaker here is almost done for the day. It probably is. Let's go take a look. Let's kind of hold tight on this one. This one's the this is the client HayMaker here. Okay, we jumped in on this long trade right here. I'm trying to move around this 18,000 sticky number for the last 3 or 4 days. Okay, 1220. HayMaker. You know, I looked at the data yesterday because it made a lot of money early. I remember it trading, and it was up, I think, 900 or so. But it took some losses later in the day, and it ended up down. And so I was looking at it last night, trying to see what kind of modifications there could be to it, and you saw that we hit 300. I think it was four or 5 times without hitting our target, and then we came back to the $50. So I just set one going today with it breaking even at $300 and just sitting there. Looks like it was kind of the strategy of the day so far. Yeah, it hit the profit target. So this one closed back here on profit target. Hit that short entry right there, and it closed right there. Boy, it caught that short, took this long, caught another short, game over. Okay, let's check the YM. That one was a new one for us. So this one's the YM signal A. I'm sorry, signal B. This one's had a couple of decent trades. So this one's a YM 10 range. Signal B. So this one's trying to get in once a trend's established. Let me change the chart. These indicators don't match that strategy. That's set on signal A. The way we move the crosses around is try to match the strategy settings. So It's a signal B. We don't have any filters other than a few down here on this one. So this is where the
Order submitted.
long entry here on this cross. Didn't get that one. Back here, tried another long, didn't get it. Right here out of the gate though, this one looks like a 930 trade. 930, it jumped in on the short and it just rode that thing down. Now this is a big one. This one's set up, I believe it's 15 tick stop and 90 tick target. 6-1 risk to reward on that one.
Brazil.
All right, anybody with an older system that hasn't had the upgrade have any strategies that are somehow beating the $2,000 strategy, or it looks like the ones that are in your hands are $1,500 this morning.
Order submitted.
Live down here in Miami Beach, and I live right on Collins Avenue, if anybody knows where that is. And it's like a racetrack right out here outside my house. It's kind of like the spring break hangout. People are honking, people are sleeping on the sidewalk. It's a pretty unique area. All right, black gold's starting to make a little money today. Let's see, get this thing set up right here. See. Okay, wrong instrument. I wondered why it wasn't showing. Here we go. So to get these set up, you just move the instrument right into place here. So you might have to go to, sometimes when it doesn't show up right away, I go down here to futures. This one's the CL. And then I always mess with the data series. That's the next one that I change, so it so it matches up. So we have all these strategies now set up to where it shows the instrument first. So it's the CL instrument, then it's the data series, it's the 15 range, and then we have one name strategy, and then a couple of AI bots and drones. And it looks like right now the CL, this one's super slow mover, but looks like we entered this short trade right here, and I think it might have had a trade earlier. Okay, this was yesterday. Let's see if it had a trade or not. No, it is first trade of the day. Oh yeah, it wakes up at 10:30. Yeah, we have this one starting way later.
Order submitted.
This one starts at 10:30, so it's first trade of the day. And it shows filled cells because we're selling short. That was always a little complicated when I first started trading futures. Before futures, I was trading the high flying stock of the day, the biggest gainers of the day. So I bought this company about a year and a half ago, and is really set up to trade futures through the software. So kind of jump into futures about a year ago, and still trying to learn the way it works. But yeah, we're selling short on this one, hoping that we go down on this trade. I'm going to be working on a software so that we can jump in on those high flyers. Though that's kind of where I want to go next, like Nvidia, and catch some of those. This software is perfect for it with our momentum based indicators. It's exactly what I needed back then. One tick. 1810. If you notice, we get very similar entries in when I'm trading Apex or live account. Get almost identical entries. Identical most of the time. Few ticks plus or minus where the sim account takes a trade at most of the time. Very few times I've seen a spread of maybe one point or more, so 4 or 5 ticks. That's rare. That's rare on the NQ. That's why I like trading the NQ. It's very liquid. You don't get a lot of gaps in price.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
This is the HayMaker for the month of February. The HayMaker NQ30 range HayMaker signal A. Um, it's running at 6,500 for the month of February. This is our best one that we have. Probably followed by the retirement plan that I showed right there. Um, and another one that's been doing good is the when I say good, 3 or 4,000 is the ES 5-minute version of the cash register. Not many days of data on this one, but we've got about maybe 6 to 10 here. But it's at 2,270. It's this ES 5-minute Signal A AI drone. Not a lot of trades. Um, it's 2 trades, 7 trades, 4 trades, 1 trade. If we look here, there's possibly no. It looks like it's getting a trade every day, but not many. Looks like 2 to 5 would kind of be an average, somewhere around 2 to 5 trades a day. So not many trades, but over the last 10 days or whatever here, it's 2,270. And again, a lot of the reason it's making money is because we're capping it at 1,000, but we're allowed to go to 2,000 on a good day. So it's kind of the reason that we're moving in in the right direction here on the equity curve. Equity curves, kind of moving in our direction here. Okay, hey Michael, welcome aboard today. What size Apex account would you recommend for the HayMaker and a 50,000 K account? Is it not enough for the retirement plan? So kind of, I don't really, I haven't traded the 50,000 account in a long time. Only when I really first started, I did a 25. And then I did a 50, and then I kind of moved to the 300s because they were the funnest for me. I could trade like on a $300,000 account, you can trade 20 E-minis at a time. So I had one day that I ripped off $22,000 on that account. I passed that 300,000, but I was manually trading the crosses that day, the HayMaker. But here for this 50,000 account, maybe some other people in the community could help him with that. For a $50,000 account, the drawdown I think is $750, and it's a trailing drawdown. I don't tend to like those that much because I've tried those and it seems like the trail's always behind me and catches me. So I moved to the 100,000 static like right away, and that's all I typically trade. Had 20 of them for a long time, and I still keep trading them because they're the funnest to trade. The way I trade those is try to get away from zero. So really kind of monitor it away from zero. Once it's up to like 600 or 700, I drop it on any strategy on the E-mini, so the NQ, one contract, and then just try to watch them. Try to keep them, if they go too far negative, try to move the stops or targets. So that's kind of the way. So if anybody has any feedback for Michael, though, it'd be helpful. If you've traded the $50,000 accounts and have some ideas. One thing I like to do too to get more trades in, Michael, one way to kind of consider this, what I tend to do when I just think about an Apex account, I always just, okay, that trailing drawdown, it's at $750. How many trades could I get with one of these strategies on the NQ? On the NQ, you could only get, because you lose $230 on each HayMaker trade. If you lose it, it's $235 or whatever. So, consider how many trades you'll get into before it loses. And like I said, 4 to 1 is a good ratio. So a good way to do this is to go down to the micros. Trade like 5 contracts on the micros. That gets you twice as many trades. So really 1 loss on 5 contracts on a micro is, you divide 230 divided by 2. So it's $115 each trade you lose if you lose on the M&Q. So if you did 5 contracts on the M&Q, you could get it down to losing, $115 per trade. So now for your $750,000, I'm sorry, your $750 drawdown, that keeps you in about 6 trades. Um, and you can, start to do the math on it, but if you just traded one contract on the M&Q, each contract on the M&Q, let me do the math here. It's 50 cents a tick times 46 ticks. So 50 cents times 46. So it's 23 bucks. Each M&Q HayMaker trade loss equals 23 bucks. So that's kind of the best way that I could give any advice for trying to mathematically back into success for an Apex account or a prop account, is trying to see how many trades can I get. I like to play blackjack too, and I like to, maybe get $1,000 and say, okay, if I bet $50 per hole, how long can I play? How many hands can I play? And so it's really a very similar concept. All right, kind of look at this one trade again. This is this one here is the NQ30 range signal A drone, and testing this lower low again, getting very close to our target. Yeah, trading's very patient driven. Live account would have moved it 20 times probably. So it's kind of nice to watch trades play out. And we have a 50 trend in our direction now, so there's some confidence we can have. But we did draw a pivot right here, so we'll see if it holds up. And then the VWAP is up here, so it's kind of pulling it up. But we'll see how these trades transpire here in a few minutes. Kind of go over the leaderboard and maybe close this out for the day here today. So the AutoTrader pulled off a good one with this HayMaker that I developed overnight. But if it continues, again, don't get too excited now, because these every day is a different day and the numbers work out different. But today was its day. And then number 2 was this NQ 2-minute Signal A AI bot. Looks like number 3 was a version of the, no, not a version of the HayMaker. This one's a Signal B. Signal B. And our Signal B is the trend trigger. And don't typically trade that one much. But it came out swinging today and made some good money. Looks like the next one is the Signal A drone. So we've got the drone right up in there. And then the Signal B drone. So we've got a couple of bots, a couple of drones, and we've made a little money in the RTY today. That's a great move. So it looks like the RTY Signal A was its day today. I have the bot and the drone hand in hand here. Looks like the bot's just ahead of the drone. Must be just a couple of tick difference, was my guess. And then on the leaderboard here, we've got the CL. So we've got a CL trade that's doing good here. This was the Signal B. Okay, it's in this trade right now. It looks like it's first trade of the day. It entered this this trade back here, Signal B. Right back here, hard to see it there. Looks like it entered this long trade right here. And again, so this trigger will, on this Laguerre down here, once it's what we call pegged, the light blue line is all the way to the top at 100, then it'll go ahead and send out a trigger to take that trade. So this one jumped in right here, and it's following this trend up. CL is a nice slow mover. Boring for me. So that looks kind of how they shook out for the day. Appreciate everybody joining the AI Auto Trader journey, and everybody have good luck trading. Thanks for joining us today. Bye now.